Cute, everybody! We did the Mueller Hut Track with a baby, and this video is all about giving good insight into how to prepare and what it's actually like. When we drove in, the weather was a bit foreboding, which was scary, but throughout the day before the actual hike, the weather cleared up and looked much more promising. We stayed the night before at White Horse Hill Campground, which is really convenient because it's right at the base of the actual hike. This is the view of the mountain that we'll be climbing. We made up a lot of sandwiches, both PB&J, and we made these avocado feta sandwiches. They were really good. We brought up breakfast, some granola, and then we had lots of fruits and veggies to snack on, some dates, some candy. We prepared these burritos the night before. A lot of people brought up pasta or ramen. Okay, we're starting our Mueller Hut hike. There's our van.
Is it too much stuff?
Too much stuff.
Let's see. Here, show me.
let me tuck this bar. All right, we're doing it.
Okay, not too cold.
It's not too
Nice
bad. Oh man. It's gonna be great. This hike is 5.2 kilometers one way, and it's estimated to take 4 hours to get to the top. I haven't even gotten to the stairs yet, and we're huffing and puffing. Okay, the first of many. There are 2,200 steps on this hike. And this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. 300, 302, 304. We'll see if we make it. It's pretty nuts of us to be doing this with a baby on our backs, plus all of our gear. You have a big flower and a little flower. Oh, you don't have enough hands for the yellow one. So that's been our view this whole time, which is so beautiful. But we just reached this little crest. Wow. Sorry, you're gonna hear me huffing and puffing this whole way. I think that was in the frame the whole time. This is an exposed trail the whole time, so if there's any sort of bad weather on the horizon, it's highly recommended to not do it and just turn around. 2,199, 2,200. At the end of the stairs, you have Tarns. This is the halfway point of the hike. It's a really great place to sit down and relax, enjoy some lunch or some snacks. Food has never tasted so good. Whoa, trip. It's incredible views of the Hooker Valley and Aoraki Mount Cook the whole way up. Getting here took us about 2 hours. At Tarns, they like to say if you have a hard time, maybe reassess because the second half is harder. A lot of people actually just hike up to this point and then turn around and go back down. So now we start the second half of our trip, which I don't know if I agree that it was harder than the first half. They're just hard in different ways. So it's a little bit steeper and it's a lot of really loose rocks called Skree. But you're not doing the same rope motion with the stairs, and so it actually feels a little bit nicer on your body. For the second half of the trip, you end up following these orange markers. If it's not completely clear weather, you would never want to leave your current marker unless you can see the next one. For this hike, you really need to do your research, so we ended up buying really nice hiking boots, and they saved us in the end. The other things in our bag, we needed 2 sleeping bags for us 3. We had about 4 liters of water between the 3 of us, and we ended up drinking all of that before we got to the hut, so I wouldn't bring much less than that. We had lots of snacks, dinner, breakfast, 2 lunches, and lots of sunscreen and sunshades, safety equipment, warm clothes in layers so that we could take them on or off as needed because it is colder up top with snow, raincoats, and lots of baby stuff because we decided to hike our baby up the mountain. Another note to remember is that everything that you hike up, you have to hike back down. It was a lot of stuff that we had in our packs, but we were of the mindset that we'd rather carry everything up and be prepared than anything else. It was so heavy though. We're just sitting down taking a break. A few thoughts that I had. One, you want to try to book as early as possible. We passed so many people that were all like, oh man, I wanted to stay in the hut, but it was all booked up. So yeah, definitely book the sooner the better. 2, we really lucked out with the weather. This is perfect day. I was worried about how windy it would be and cold, but it is so sunny and warm in that regard, but the breeze really just helps cool us off, and it's just perfect. And the visibility is gorgeous. Yeah, I think we're pretty lucky people. He's asleep, which is good. The third thought is water is just so good. It's better than anything else on this trip. But I think it's all just about putting one step in front of the other. Keep going. All the people on this hike are so nice. Everybody crazy enough to do this hike has to be crazy nice, I think. Towards the end, you have to climb pretty steep, loose Skree, and so you're kind of slipping and sliding all over, and also you have to walk over some pretty soft snow. I thought it was a little bit scary. Billy didn't seem to mind. But a lot of other people that we were passing on the way was also talking about how they were a little bit scared too. So keep that in mind. Oh my gosh. Pretty insane. Once you're up top on the ridge, it's not hard physically at this point, but mentally. I thought this was so close to the end when really you still have another half hour, and you're just so depleted, and it gets a little bit rough. It just doesn't end. Y and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time I'll do sing with me. There's no better feeling in the world than finally turning the corner and seeing the hut up top. Wow. There it is. I had to walk through all of this. Slippery. Wow. Oh my gosh. We were some of the first ones to arrive, so we got to pick out which bed we wanted, which is really nice. The hut comes with a few gas stovetops, but other than that, you need to bring everything up yourself. The hut sleeps 28 people, and they have 2 different bunk rooms to split everybody up. We ended up sleeping in this one all the way in the bottom back. They have all these little cubbies that are numbered that you can put all of your belongings in. They have all these little benches where you can sit down and take off your boots. You're supposed to leave your boots in this front section to try to keep the rest of the cabin clean. And that's the tour. Okay, we made it to the top. It's about 2:30. We started at 9:15. The hut's really cute. You're supposed to boil your water up here. I don't know, half the people don't, half the people do. I think we'll definitely boil our baby's water though, because I don't want to chance him getting some pathogen, but we might risk it. We got a pretty great view up here though. I'm not complaining. We're just sitting down having some snacks, and then we're gonna take our boots off and walk around the area. Everybody's having a lot of fun in all the snow and stuff. Forgot to mention, but we also brought up sandals, and they were a lifesaver in the hut. We wore them the whole time. While it might look super freezing cold with the snow, it's actually pretty warm up top during the day because the sun is just so nice and warm. It was also really fun for our baby. He loved throwing all the rocks into the snow, and we just had a great time playing in it. There was a cute and stinky little pit bathroom that was separate to the hut, which is fine in the day, but at night when you have to go pee and it's so cold, it's the worst. These are the bathrooms. Everyone is incredibly kind and really fun, and it's a pretty good atmosphere up there. This has been really nice for us because he's having so much fun up here. He's just throwing a bunch of rocks into the snow. But yeah, he's pretty much just entertaining himself. And I get to sit here and relax and enjoy the view. Oh, you gonna eat it? You eating some snow? Might be a little dirty. What do you think? Hey, you stealing my hat? Oh, my hair's disgusting. Oh, thank you. Oh. It's been a lot of fun watching the avalanches come down. They happen all the time over there. It's kind of crazy.
Go ahead and get your boots on.
Okay. Hey. We threw our gear back on to hike up to the ridge to see over the other side into the Hooker Valley again. Our baby was not happy about getting back into the carrier. How's it up there? Oh look, the campground and the car park. Along this ridge there are actually places to go tent camping, which you can do for free, so if you don't manage to nab a spot in the hut, this is another option. The worst part was doing this with a baby. Trying to get him down with everybody coming and going and with all of our rustling bags and everything was a little bit tricky for us, but I mean, we're the dumb ones that brought up a baby. One of the highlights of the trip is definitely being able to watch the sunset. It is so beautiful to watch it set over Mount Cook, and it's very peaceful, and everybody's just enjoying their time there. We actually ended up being some of the last people awake because we stayed up playing bananagrams with some friends that we made in the hut. We were pretty worried about the hut being freezing cold, but it was actually pretty warm at night. Everybody tends to go to bed early because we all want to get up and watch the sunrise. Maybe not the best night of sleep in the world, but we loved our experience.
It would be.
We're waking up to go watch the sunrise. I had to drag him out of bed, which I felt pretty bad about, but sorry dude, couldn't leave him in there alone. Everybody packs up to leave right after the sunrise to get an early start down the mountain. We're leaving, we had our breakfast, we packed everything up, and now we are heading out. We're all wearing our bigger coats because it's still cold because the sun's not quite up and... Oh, look at that. It's so beautiful! Highly recommend this hike. If you want a real challenge, do it with a baby. But otherwise, I think it would be a breeze. Not a breeze, it's still a pretty tough hike. But definitely doable. Gotta say, I am a little nervous now that I know how scary that Skree part is. That scrambling bit. I'm not looking forward to going down that. But you know what? People go up and down it every single day. Loads of them. So we can too. Billy was walking in this yesterday. And sometimes your foot randomly sinks really far, even all the way up to his knee. Alright, I gotta focus. Not even 15 minutes into the hike and he's already passed out. It's pretty epic though to be hiking along. You just hear avalanches every few seconds. So for the descent, you might think it's nice and easy, but it is not. It is actually awful. It's a 3-hour descent, and you have to go pretty slow because it is kind of tricky finding your footing on the way down. It's a little bit slippery in some spots, and ooh, it's just a little bit rough. Now we have to suffer with this view for the whole way down. If you're not prepared to come up and down this with a baby on your back, definitely don't. It's doable. Not pleasant in the moment. There's Sealy Tarns. We made it. So it's 9 o'clock. So a lot faster going down than up. Back at it. Hello, my old friends. I didn't think I would ever say this, but I'm actually excited to be doing the steps again. Just because going down those rocks was no fun after a while. Legs are officially jello. It's not ending. It's never gonna end. We're gonna be on here forever. Just kidding, look, we're almost there. Not too much further. You can see that other trail down there for a different track. But means we're getting closer, I guess. Okay. I'm just being. Are these the last ones? I didn't think this day would come. I didn't think we'd ever make it off. There's still a little chunk of a hike between here and the car park. But it's all downhill. No more steps. No more dangerous rocks. The most beautiful sight I've ever seen. We're in the car park. There's our camper van, and that's the freaking mountain we just climbed. It was such a crazy, incredible experience. I'm ready for a shower and some hot food. Well, thank you guys for coming along this hike with us. I will see you in the next video. Bye.